I had actually session with one of your mentor at that time, Crackverbal. So she also suggested me that try doing only 5 sums a day. Along the way, I kept that suggestion with me, and it helped me a lot. For sentence correction, I worked a lot on that. I knew that all the 5 options, which one is wrong and why is it wrong.
What was going in your head when you were going through this whole journey, right?
So, like, I'm a civil engineer. I'm working in public sector for last 12 years. So I had a very good journey till now. I was having good, I was having good responsibilities at my work. I was doing valuable work, and everything was going well. But I needed more flexibility because I have family now. I have a small kid, so I don't want to work in ever-changing job every few years. So I wanted stability. So I thought maybe I should give it one go because it was like my first when I joined after my college, when I joined the job, I was always looking for the MBA, but somehow got so much busy with my work and postings, I forget about that target of mine. But thankfully, not so late. I got back into it, tried hard for a year, and I think I cracked GMAT, and then I think it was half the journey was done after GMAT, but only half. Other half was also very tough.
Why was the need of doing an MBA? Like, you were in a very responsible role in a very big, high-scale kind of projects.
When you are working as an engineer, you are gaining expertise in one domain. So, for a civil engineer, the more he'll continue in his field, the narrower his expertise will continue to grow, and his scope will continue to be narrower and narrower. Because I was in hydropower, so I will always be regarded as a hydropower expert in my group. So that was something what motivated me to come out of it. Secondly, my job was all general management. I was handling teams, handling projects. So I thought I was doing a lot of work where if I can put this work to use in some other industry, I can get a good career out of it for me, because my skills which I've gained I felt were interchangeable. I can use it across industries, but just that tag was missing. And MBA will I hope so that it will give me this tag, this platform to use my skills in other industries. So that was my.
So your GMAT journey was another story, like you said, right? Tell us a little bit about how were you managing that along with work?
It was very tough. I have my kid is here. He's now 4. At that time, when I started, he was around 2.5. So I used to go to office and come back, then play with him. And after he was asleep, I started my preparation after 11:30. So it's really tough for people who start their journey at this stage. But I think you need a lot of help from your family, and my wife and my kid. I think despite being small, they sacrifice a lot of their family time, and they supported me in this journey. And I think it was a worthwhile journey. Once you start this journey, you not only the marks are there, but a learning again, that touch with the study which you may have lost after so much years. So that is there. So it gives more motivation to go further and pursue. So that's the important part of being MBA ready for me. I think that's very important.
So what was the difference in your attitude or your prep style between the first attempt and the second attempt?
I think in first attempt, I was just rushing into things. In first attempt, I got 650 after around 1.5 or 2 months of preparation. So I was at that time, I had only one focus. I have to complete all the OG within this much time. So I was just rushing through sentence correction. I was just rushing through everything. And though I was able to complete 70-80% of the OG, but I felt while going for the exam also that I've not grasped everything that I could. So I felt that something has not like my journey is not complete, so I think it reflected in my score also. So after that, I took a break for 2-3 months, and then I thought, no, I have to do it better this time. I have to do it thoroughly, and each like I had actually session with one of your mentor at that time, Crackverbal. So she also suggested me that like maybe try doing only 5 questions a day, but do it thoroughly. So I think along the way I kept that suggestion with me, and it helped me a lot. Right. Because I did fewer questions, but I did them thoroughly, and I knew all the, like for sentence correction, I worked a lot on them. I knew that for all the 5 options, which one is wrong and why is it wrong. I was not guessing at that.
Your application process, like you said, was another challenge for you. If you have to give, all those people who are starting to think about what to do with their application process, what will you tell them? What should they imagine it as?
Firstly, I can tell them what not to do, because I have a lot of experiences in that. Right. Because I remember I was having one of the interview with like mock interview with Sandeep. Right. And I was doing that interview from my car, like sitting outside a client office, because I couldn't like take off from work that day. And he told me that like if you are going for MBA, you have to like make some sacrifices. But I don't know. I think my job, I had a lot of responsibilities in my job, and I just couldn't do away with them. The problem which I faced was I was not able to segregate my work and my preparation, even in the last stages of my preparation. So like it was a big setback for me, because I was not able to give my all in like most of the colleges. But luckily I did what minimum was required, and I was able to get through. But I think I should have put in more effort in the application part. That is a problem for my side. But otherwise, I think it's very important. Like we need to have clarity what we want to do, and that clarity need to be reflected in our essays and in the interview preparation. We need to like have a like synergy between all these areas, and that need to be brought out in the interview. If you are able to do that, I think you are halfway done.
What kind of diverse profiles are there in the class?
Well, we have a lot of army veterans. Then there are doctors. Then there are like this year there are a lot of CAs. Around 8 or 10 CAs are there. And then we have like people from journalism, from advertising, and engineers. Then there are a lot, and there are around 35% of girls are there, so they have a good mix.
I think your hard work, perseverance, your focus paid off the entire thing. I'm so happy, and I'm sure you'll do amazing things after your MBA. So be in touch. Let us know if you need any help also at any time. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me time too.